The tax filing deadline is just over a week away. Are you feeling the stress to get it done? We're here to help, and we know people need their refunds more than ever these days. So we have some last week tax filing tips with Kemberly Washington. She is a CPA with Bankrate. Thanks so much for being with us, Kemberly.
Thank you so much for having me.
Okay, I know people kind of, they feel a little stressed, a little panicked at this point, especially as those days get closer. What advice can you give people to, maybe not rush, to make sure that they're doing this correctly?
Right. So right now, just as you mentioned, we're about a week away for the tax filing deadline. But right now is not the time to rush. If you think that you do need more time, you just want to file your extension. You can do it two different ways, of course. Number one, heading over to the irs.gov website using Form 4868 will be the first step. And then the second step, of course, is you can actually download the form and just drop it in the mail as long as it's postmarked by April 15th. But now is not the time to rush. Just take your time. If you need to file that extension, file the extension. But also remember, extension does not extend the time to pay. It only extends the time to file.
Yeah, a good reminder. Let's talk about overlooked deductions, because right now people need to make sure that they are collecting every dime they need it with these prices of everything going up. What are the deductions people tend to overlook?
Right. So that's so many deductions, and it really does depend on your certain type of situation, whether or not you're a parent, maybe you're a student, maybe a small business owner. So you want to get an idea what type of deductions that you can take. But some of the things you want to be on the lookout right now, if you're someone who's a parent and you've been paying expenses for babysitting services, nanny services for your children, you may be able to take what's called the Child Independent Care Credit. That often goes overlooked. Also, if you're a small business owner, many people think about, your traditional expenses that you may incur throughout the year. But what I find is that many people may overlook what's called a self-employed premium, insurance premiums that you're able to take. I call it on the front of the tax return, because you don't need to itemize. And this could really give you a good break on your tax return if you're a small business owner. And last but certainly not least, if you are a teacher and you're listening, you paid out-of-pocket expenses last year for your students, you're able to take those expenses on your tax return. So those are just some deductions that go often overlooked.
Well, and we've got some good news, because there are about 1 million taxpayers out there that can still get their unclaimed tax refund from the tax year 2021. What do folks need to do if they didn't get that refund yet?
Right. That is really big news. The IRS recently announced that there is about $1 billion in unclaimed tax refunds from 2021. But get this, April 15th deadline is just not for your 2024 tax return. It's even more important for your 2021 tax return if you have yet to file and if you expect to receive a refund. And the reason for that is because after that deadline of April 15th, if you don't claim that refund, it becomes the property of the government. And in that year, this was the year, of course, during the height of the pandemic, you may be entitled to what's called a recovery rebate tax credit. Even if you received some of that credit in the past, if you did receive the full amount based on your children, your filing status, your income, you may be able to receive more. So if you have yet to file your 2021, April 15th, if you expect a refund, is the last chance to do so.
Great information, and I hope we just help people realize they have money waiting for them. Kemberly Washington with Bankrate, CPA with Bankrate.